This is for all the freelancers out there, the creative agencies, or anybody else who's had a bad client experience. It's probably your fault. Okay, that sounded a little bit rough. Let me start that again. It's probably 99% of the time our fault as creatives when we have a bad client experience. What I mean by that is, it's our fault when the client gets angry. It's our fault when we don't get paid on time. It's our fault when they want the logo bigger or the website a ridiculous color, or they're just frustrated about the process. It's probably our fault. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Jesse, you don't know my clients. They're crazy. And I'm not trying to mitigate the fact that there are some crazy clients out there. If you are a client, please stop being crazy. The other 99% are just normal people who have relied on you for a good client relationship or a good client experience, and they didn't get it. They're just normal people that are scared and panicked and pissed and don't want to get ripped off. Or maybe you do have the really bad client that doesn't want to pay you and they're a jerk, but you could have mitigated that as well. And we're going to talk about some of the ways to do that today. We're going to talk about 5 ways to educate your clients that'll help you in your projects. I do want to just say really quick as a caveat, I'm not writing this out of a place of perfection. I'm sharing with you my failures. I have had so many bad client experiences, and I just woke up one day and I realized everywhere I go there's fire, then I have to be the match. I am the match, and I need to do something to fix it. And so I just want to tell you, if you're out there and you're having bad client experiences, don't feel condemned by this. I'm with you. I'm there with you. I just want to fix it. That's all. Number 1 thing we need to educate our clients. We need to teach our clients what to expect. Let's not lie to ourselves. Experience is really, really important. And think of yourself. Put yourself in their shoes. They're not a designer. They're not a developer. They're not a creative person. They don't know anything about websites or apps or posters or whatever it is that you're doing for them. And they're scared. Somebody smarter than me once told me that the key to frustration is unmet expectation. And it's true. When you don't know what to expect, it's so much easier for you to get frustrated and fearful of the outcome. What would happen if you walked into a restaurant expecting to get a steak dinner and you got nothing but seaweed? You'd be a little bit frustrated unless you had the expectation of seaweed when you walked in. This is more than just a client brief. This is more than just a client looking at your portfolio. They still do not know what to expect for their personal project and on a day-to-day basis as they're going through the project, just from those items. And it's really easy for us just to assume that they know the expectation, right? Like you spend all of your time designing or developing or making things, but they spend all of their time doing their thing. That's why they're good at their business and they hired you for your business. You don't need to make them an expert in your business. You just need to open their eyes to your business a little bit. What I'm really saying here is just make them feel less like an idiot in the dark. They'll be really thankful for it. They'll become a really appreciative and grateful client. So here's a couple practical ideas on how to educate your clients on what to expect. Run them through a case study of a similar project. A project that you've actually done that's somewhat similar. If you don't have one, find something comparable somewhere else. And really important, ask them what you think could have been better about that project, or ask them how you think the project could have gone better. Tell them up front what the hardest parts are about a project. If it's content, tell them content is really, really hard. If it's hiring a photographer and getting images, tell them that that's a pain in the butt, so that when it happens, they're not shocked or surprised by it. Lastly, help them build a bit of a schedule to know when these ebbs and flows of the project are going to come. You should know that. If you've done at least 1 or 2 projects, you should know where the bottlenecks are, and you should lay that out on paper for them. Number 2, educate your clients on what they deserve. This is for all those budget-conscious clients that are out there. Let's face it, it's really, really scary to give your money to people, especially when you don't know what to expect in return, right? And so teaching them what they deserve and what type of value they actually deserve from what their budget is gonna really help them not feel like they're getting ripped off. Imagine if you went to a mechanic and he came out and said that the harmonic compressor was broken inside your Miata. You have no idea what a harmonic compressor is. And when he tells you it's gonna cost $3,500, don't you feel like, is that a real thing? Is that a real part of my car? Is this dude just making that up? Teach them what they deserve for what their budget range is. You'd be surprised how few people actually understand the value of creative services, whether that's design or development. They think it's a logo. That's gotta take like 5 minutes to sketch that down, right? Why are you charging me $2,000 for this logo? Or they're thinking, well, it's a website. Don't you just drag a couple things around the screen and it's like, voila, it's all done. Right? So they don't understand the process, they don't understand what it takes, and so therefore you need to show them this is kind of your range. This is what this gets you and this is what that gets you. You would think this would scare clients off, or that they get super ticked off about you telling them they don't deserve more, but they will be more appreciative and thankful because you're actually comforting them and showing them some options. Here's some practical ways to teach your clients what it is they deserve. How about show them some sampled of varied price options? Show them a Squarespace, show them a WordPress template, show them a custom built something, and then show them the thing with all the bells and whistles, and then show them what those things cost and why, line item, why those things cost that. Kind of already said it, but I'll say it again. Give them multiple options. Don't just say, here's what it costs. Give them an A, B, and C. Let them choose. Lastly, advocate for them to work within their price range. There's no need for them to step outside of their comfort level, outside of their price range. You push them outside of their comfort level, they're immediately going to be uncomfortable. Number 3, educate your clients on the process itself. Show them how you do things, explain why you do certain things. This doesn't have to be a 5-week design or development boot camp for them, but just share with them a brief summary of how things usually go. What are the milestones in the project? What are the requirements? What deliverables are going to happen along the way? Give them some idea. The truth is, clients just have no idea how long something should take. So when you tell them that their website should take 6 to 8 weeks or longer, they're thinking, that's ridiculous. I have a friend somewhere in Ohio that got a website done in 6 hours. Tell them, good job for Ohio, but this is how long the process takes for you. Here's some practical ideas on how to educate your clients about the process. Show them examples of a past project that you've done with examples of the calendar and the milestone process. Sit down and actually establish a milestone calendar with them, something that they would find reasonable, something that they will actually be able to adhere to. Set the example of educating and learning by trying to learn more about their business. Don't just shove all the information about your industry and your business and why it's hard on you and blah, 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 blah. Don't shove all that over on their side of the table. Pull a little bit back on this side of the table. How's your industry? How's your business? What's hard for you? What's that process like? Interested is interesting, my grandfather always used to say. Number 4, teach them what's good and why it's good. Let's face it, most people like bad design. There's a lot of people out there that like cheesy design, obnoxious design, horrible color palettes, bad, whatever. They like that type. So you have 2 options. You either become a cheesy maker of things, you make cheap, kind of like code that crumbles easily because it's fast and it's quick. You make obnoxious looking graphics and websites. You can either do that, or you can educate them on what actually looks good. You can only do whatever it is within your power to help them actually care about those things. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try. You should try. I think the focal point behind this is teaching them that they deserve better, teaching them that they should want to stand out and want to resonate with their users or with their clients or with their brand, teaching them they deserve better and you want to help them. You are their advocate in wanting and deserving better design. Here's some practical ideas on how to educate your clients on what's good and what's not. Show them comparisons of similar products or companies. Show them bad examples and good examples, and then ask them questions why they think one is better than the other. Back those examples of good design or good code, back those things up with facts. Show them statistics, show them loading time, show them whatever it is that will really, and this is really a good time for you to understand their personality, but share with them what really matters to them most. Bring those stats to kind of just back that up. Lastly, really important, stop asking them what they want and what they like. Start asking them what their brand represents, what their users, what their clients. Ask them what those individuals want, because they might hate pink, but their brand might need pink. They might hate this type of photography, but their clients need it. They might not give a care about a mobile site, but their clients, 96% of their clients are using the site on mobile. So ask them not what they can do for themselves, but what they can do for their brand or users. Number 5, teach them that they're creative people too. I know. You might be sitting out there thinking right now, Jesse, not everybody's creative like I am. First off, humble yourself a little bit. And second off, although not everyone is meant to be a creative, not meant to be a designer or a developer, but everybody is creative in nature. Everybody has some small spark of creativity, and the quicker that you realize that, the sooner you'll be able to tap into everybody's creative abilities around you to benefit yourself and everybody around you. So start tapping into your clients' creative abilities. What are their thoughts? What are their skills? What are their strengths? Start utilizing those things. Start asking their opinion. I'm not saying hand the computer over to them and have them design or develop their project for them, but what I am saying is pull them on this side of the computer from time to time and ask them what they would do. I think it's really important also to confirm their thoughts and their opinions. Just because they're not a professional designer or a professional developer, don't discredit their thoughts and their wants. Receive them and kind of process them through your professional filter. That's what you're here to do. So here's some practical ideas on how to teach your clients that they are creative people too. Ask them the right questions that can translate into design solutions. So ask them questions like, why do you feel this should be this way? Or what would you do? Or what would your users click on first? Whatever it is, ask them questions that start filtering into design solutions. And ready? Give them credit where credit's due. Tell them when that's a good idea. Don't take the credit for it. Hit it back at them. They'll love that. Listen to them and respond to what you hear. So often we as individuals are just waiting for our turn to talk. That's the worst. Stop waiting for your turn to talk and start listening to them and valuing them. Last one, we kind of already said it, but it is really important. Give credit where credit's due. Tell them when they did a good job. Even if it's not about the project itself, man, compliment their company and how hard they've worked. You've probably worked really, really hard to get where you're at, and so have they. Doesn't it feel nice every once in a while just to get a little unregistered encouragement from somebody? I think one of the biggest things that I'm learning is not just about the work, but it's about bringing value to people. I want to value people, and in doing so, I want to offer them anything and everything that would help them and benefit them, and we will immediately be seen when we do client work as a better experience than the other guy, because we're willing to take the extra step, we're willing to go the extra mile. I hope this video was a help to you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And also, while you're here, make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel. And if you're interested, maybe even hit that little bell icon down below so you get a notification when another video like this comes out. If you have any comments or any thoughts, if you agree or disagree with anything I've said, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. I hope you guys are having an awesome week. I hope you're making amazing stuff no matter what you're making. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.